Sorry. Okay, I think we're getting just about ready to start in just a minute. So if I can have everybody like go to their seats and, okay. Okay. Good evening, graduates, family, friends. My name is Wendy Yantelak. I'm Supervisor of Health Careers. Welcome to the 48th Broome-Tioga BOCES School of Practical Nursing Graduation. Graduation 2021. So as I watched you go through this year, I thought, as I was watching you put together your care plans, I thought, you know, what kind of nursing diagnosis would I give this class? It would be maybe a nursing diagnosis of compromised learning, because it's been such an unusual year for all of us, such an unusual year for all of the nursing schools across the United States. I know many graduates are feeling a bit overwhelmed at the thought of transitioning from being a student to becoming a graduate nurse. Many of you are scared that you're missing skills or knowledge on what you need to move forward. While the pandemic kept nursing students from gaining clinical experience, time still moved forward at its reliable, steady pace. So here we are, feeling less than fully prepared. I had to do a lot of thinking about your future. I had to really think about what it takes to be a nurse, and I decided the ability to learn is a key factor. I want to tell you about one of the many times in my career when I was unsure of my skills. I took an assignment to go to an adolescent's home who recently had an IV line placed in his arm to provide nutrition. I was to teach the boy's mother how to prepare the solution and infuse it through her son's IV line. Upon arrival, I discovered none of the additive medications the physician ordered had been mixed into the nutrition bag. I was going to have to draw up 12 different medications, add them to the bag. Then I was going to have to teach the mom to do the same without making any mistakes. My patient showed little confidence that his mother could learn this procedure, but he agreed to allow me to try to teach her. While I had never added meds to a nutrition bag before, in the hospital where I worked, these bags arrived on the floor from the pharmacy ready to hang at the bedside. I thought, okay, we'll just take this one step at a time. I primed the line with the bag IV solution, laid out all the syringes that I needed next to the physician's orders with the medications. One by one, I showed her how to draw up the medication, double check her work against the physician's order. We laid out all the prepared syringes one by one, systematically injected them into the nutrition bag, all the while double checking the orders again as we added them. Feeling quite accomplished, we flushed his line and pushed the start button on his infusion pump. Liquid started to drip from the line onto the table. Concentrating so hard on adding all the meds correctly, we forgot the most important step. We had forgotten to connect the IV tubing to our patient. So now our patient, who had sensed our lack of confidence early on, because they know when you don't know what you're doing, he was really looking at us like we did not know what we were doing. It all worked out, but I had to figure out the best way to get the medications added correctly, all while providing adequate instruction to the parent at the same time. I learned early in my career that whether you are a new nurse or a veteran nurse, the learning curve for our profession is vast. And the one reliable fact about medical science is that there will always be something new to learn. Being a student nurse is about learning how to learn. You've done that, or else you wouldn't have successfully completed the program and been here tonight. I want you to move forward in your careers, advocating for yourselves as you would for your patients. Seek help from your precepting nurses and learn how to fill the gaps in the knowledge and skill, all while implementing evidence-based practice. Your experiences here at BOCES have prepared you to be successful in your nursing careers. We have confidence in you, you have the knowledge, and you will get the skills that you need. Most importantly, we have confidence in your ability to learn. Good luck and best wishes from your BOCES instructors and administrators. Now, I would like to invite our district superintendent, Mr. Alan Bike, to the podium.
I'm glad you're all here, nursing graduates, because this podium is so close to the back of this stage that there may be a breakage of some bone here at any moment when I get done here. So good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for being here. I want to thank Wendy for asking me to make a few remarks, and I think the reason that she asked me is that I am a self-proclaimed expert on all things nursing. And the reason that I'm a self-proclaimed expert is that I've been married to an RN for 41 years. And she constantly reminds me that your graduation and the profession you're going in has far more value than any superintendent could ever have in society. So congratulations to all of you. In fact, my wife, after 40 years as an RN, retired in January on a Friday and returned to the hospital the following Monday as a per diem nurse working 2 days a week. So much for retirement. Anyway, thank you very much and welcome to everybody here. I've said this in other graduations and I'd like to say it to this group. You don't know how beautiful it is to see a room full of people. People without masks on even. So thank you for being here this evening. You know, one of the things that I wanted to share with you, you probably have selected one of the most challenging and hardest, but yet rewarding careers. In your day and your career, there's going to be tragedy, but there's also going to be wonderful moments, and there's going to be times that will remind you why you became a nurse. You're going to be in situations where your care will be the difference between life and death of a patient. The past 18 months have been more proof of how important nurses and all members of the healthcare profession are. We often mention firemen who will walk into a burning building when others are running away from that building, and the healthcare profession is just like that. The COVID situation, when it came, we saw nurses and doctors coming out of retirement to help. Many traveled to other cities where they were needed the most, and they did whatever they could do to help mankind. You're entering a profession of heroes. When families could not be with an ill or dying family member, many times it was the nurse who held that patient's hand during the care, or in some cases, their final days. When I was dealing with my own COVID illness earlier this year, my wife, who also had COVID, was taking care of me. So she was a COVID patient who never forgot that she was also a nurse. If you think about it, some of life's biggest moments are spent with a nurse. Mine included my wedding and the birth of our 2 children and our grandchildren. But think about the moments that someone's going to spend with a nurse from the time they are born to their final days. Marian Wright Edelman, a lifelong advocate for disadvantaged Americans, said, "Service is the rent we pay for living." It's the true measure, the only measure of success. I can't think of a better profession that truly amplifies that quote more than nursing. And so if you all start your journey into professional nursing, please think about the role you play in providing service to others. There are some key lessons that I've learned from living with a nurse for the last 41 years, and I'll just share a few of those with you. One, the amount of responsibility you have is immense. However, what that really means is that you can't be afraid to ask questions if you're unsure. Making a bad decision certainly has impact, but not asking someone for help can have even a greater impact. Number two, you may not always hear your patients say thank you, but you should always give them your best. When people are ill or in pain, they're not always on their best behavior, so don't expect a lot of positive feedback. And if you're unfortunate enough to have a male as your patient, you know what a bunch of whiny babies we can be. Number three, sometimes only another nurse can understand what you're talking about. And I can say that from experience, that my wife would often share good days and bad days that she had at the hospital, and I only understood a fraction of what she was talking about. So keep a network, develop a network with your colleagues and fellow nurses, and keep that throughout your career. And then one lesson that I do like to mention every year is just because someone has a license to practice nursing doesn't mean that they can or that they should. You will find that there's more to great nursing than simply holding a credential. Excellent patient care requires a lot of technical knowledge, but also requires a big heart. Please don't ever lose sight of the fact that you are interacting with human beings who may often be scared to death. You can make a difference in their care and their healing. You know, it's unfortunate that our healthcare system now seems to emphasize efficiency, turnover, and speed. This shift to me is one that's making healthcare even more difficult for all of you. Healthcare at all levels should be about caring and compassion, even if it takes a little more time. I've been very fortunate to only have a couple of experiences where I had overnight stays in a hospital in my life, one when I was 3 years old and one when I was 5 years old. And I remember the first name of the nurse in both of those instances. When I was 3, it was Linda, and at 5, it was Emily. I don't remember the name of the surgeon or anyone else in that hospital setting, but I do remember the nurse. Remember that the words you use and how you use them are important to the patient, and they are listening all the time. In closing, I want to offer personal congratulations to all the graduates this evening. For some of you, this may be just the start of your career. You may be going on for more education, or if it's the start of your career and actually going to work, I wish you all the best as you continue on. Our need in this community for healthcare professionals and nurses is great, and I hope that you decide to work in our community. Regardless of where you work, or if you pursue even more education, please continue to develop your heart at the same time you develop your technical skills. I'd also like to thank the instructors of our LPN program. You heard Wendy mention that this is our 48th graduation, and we are very proud of our LPN program. And the reason that we have an LPN program of this quality is because of all of the staff that we have here. Could we just take a second to give them a round of applause, please? I'd also like to thank the families of the graduates. I can only imagine what them pursuing this program meant to disruptions in your household, and I know that they truly appreciate all the support you gave them. So I'm going to ask the graduates to give some applause to your family out there. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. Bike. Next, for the presentation of a scholarship, the Dr. Salvatore A. and Sandra H. Rufo Continuing Health Education Scholarship was created to recognize a student who has a desire and compassion to help others. Candidates must have a strong academic, clinical, and attendance history and demonstrate characteristics of an outstanding healthcare provider. Now, I would like to invite our board president, Mrs. Sandra Rufo, and Dr. Salvatore Rufo to the podium for the presentation of the Dr. Salvatore A. and Sandra H. Rufo Continuing Health Education Scholarship.
Thank you. We would like to just congratulate all of you on your achievements. I'm a nurse, retired, thankfully, and you're coming up so that, we'll continue to have nurses. But we understand, my husband and I, all of the sacrifices that not only you have made, but also your families. Because while I was going to school, my husband was the chief cook and bottle washer, looking after our children, making sure they went where they needed to be. So for everyone that's here, we truly say congratulations. It's kind of a family effort becoming a nurse, and it's not an easy curriculum. Right now, it's our pleasure to present the Continuing Health Education Scholarship this year to Sarah Marie Tramble.
Thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Rufo. Now I would like to present the winners of the Pat Licaprera Surgical Scholarship. This would be on behalf of Susan Williams, who's Pat Licaprera's sister. Pat Licaprera was a longtime employee of the UHS operating room. The scholarship was founded in her memory following her untimely death in July of 2013. The scholarship awards 3 $400 scholarships to either a practical nurse student or a certified sterile processing student. This year, the 3 recipients were chosen from the practical nurse program. The first recipient is Brandy Galloway. The second recipient is Wendy Schreckengast. And the third recipient is Gwendolyn Sobajor. Now for the presentation of our annual Excellence Awards. 1 student from each class was selected for academic excellence, clinical excellence, and overall excellence. I would like to invite Mrs. Marie Mullins, PN instructor, to the podium to present the Academic Excellence Award.
The Academic Excellence Award is based on acquiring the highest grade point average as of May 19th, 2021. Both the full-time and part-time programs are very rigorous. Many students are continuing their studies while working full or part-time, raising their families, and juggling many other outside commitments. The student from the part-time program receiving this award has achieved a cumulative average of 98% during the 2 years of the program. This year, the Academic Excellence Award for the part-time program goes to Stephanie Fico. The student full-time program the student of the full-time program receiving this award has achieved a cumulative average of 98%. This year, the Academic Excellence Award goes to Lauren Lopez, who could not be here tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Mullins. I would like to now invite Ms. Kelly Finch, PN instructor, to the podium to present the Clinical Excellence Award.
The Clinical Excellence Award is presented to a student based on performance in a variety of clinical settings. Our students develop nursing skills while working with patients of all ages. The recipient of this award must excel in areas of patient care and be recommended by instructors. The student chosen for this award provides exceptional, compassionate, and safe nursing care. The student from the part-time program receiving this award goes to Abigail Gurchens. The student from the full-time program receiving this award goes to Lily Hollenbeck.
Thank you, Ms. Finch. Now I would like to invite Ms. Kate Dodge, PN instructor, to the podium for the Overall Excellence Award.
The Overall Excellence Award is based on performance in the clinical setting, as well as classroom performance and cumulative average. Decision of the award is based on input and comments from employees and patients in the clinical setting, the instructors, and observation of the student's interactions with his or her classmates. These students must exemplify nursing practice and have taken classroom theory and applied it to their clinical practice. The student from the part-time program receiving this award goes to Michael Boudreau. The student from the full-time program receiving this award goes to Brittany Shields.
Thank you, Ms. Dodge. Now, I would like to invite our Director of Career and Technical Excellence, Tom McNair, to the podium for the reading of the Academic Honors graduates.
I thought she forgot me, I have to say. Thank you, Wendy. I take great pleasure in recognizing the following students for their academic achievement. Each of the students whose name I call has achieved a 93% or higher grade point average. Full-time honors, Kristen Denucci. Courtney Galusha. Lily Hollenbeck. Brittany Shields. Katie Silvestri. Sarah Tramble. Lauren Lopez. She could not be here this evening. The part-time honors students, Rebecca Beach. Michael Boudreau. Stephanie Fico. April Gurchens. Cinnamon Mont. Wendy Schreckengast. Amanda Smith. Megan Wall. and Melinda Zern. Congratulations to all of our graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McNair. Now I'm going to move on to introduce our graduates. So I'm going to call up our instructors to do the pinning and the presentation of the diplomas. Some chose to have me read a 3x5 card of who they would like to thank as they're receiving their diploma and their pin. Our first graduate is Dolly C. Alpha. Dolly's card. I am thanking God Almighty for a day like today. It has been quite an interesting journey, and I'm grateful for the experience so far. I want to take this opportunity to thank all my instructors and colleagues for all that we've been through. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Abigail Bear. I'm going to call her sister up as well. Our next graduate is Ariana Bear. Thought maybe they would want pictures together. Our next graduate is Mary E. Battellini. And then Rebecca Beach. Our next graduate is Marianne Bosa. And Michael Boudreau. Michael would like to thank my family and friends for encouraging me to enter the program and reminding me constantly that I can do it. Thank you. Our next graduate is Shauna D Couch. Shauna would like to thank my mom and dad, all 4 of my amazing boys. Shout out to Lyric for helping me study. And lastly, I want to thank Jeffrey for always believing in me. Thanks, babe. Best of luck to all my fellow classmates. Our next graduate is Samantha Deer. And our next graduate is Colleen Ann Crandall-Steen. Our next graduate is Kristen Marie Denucci. Natalie. Kristen would like to thank everyone who loved and supported me. I wouldn't be walking across this stage today without you. I can never say thank you enough. Classmates, here's to not correcting another care plan. You are all amazing. Thank you. Natalie, your mom did it. Thank you for being my biggest cheerleader. I love you. And this is Natalie. Our next graduate is Alexis Edwards. Alexis would like to say, in life, with every door that closes, another one opens. As humans, we are resilient. We bounce back even when it's hard. Often, we just move on to the next thing without any closure, or really ever finishing the first. Choosing to go to nursing school during a pandemic after having a newborn may have been the hardest obstacle in my life. But just as the world is starting to go back to normal and the pandemic chapter is closing, I could finally say I did it. Time to dance it out, that it's how we finish. Thank you to my boyfriend for being a life supporter. Thank you to my friends and my family too. Our next graduate is Jenny Ellis. Jenny would like to say, I want to thank my family for being supportive of me through these 2 years of nursing school. They've seen me cry on days where I thought I wasn't going to make it and pushed me through. And with their support and my determination, I made it. Love all of you. Our next graduate is Stephanie Fico. Our next graduate is Brandy C. Galloway. Our next graduate is Courtney L Galusha. Courtney would like to say, I would like to thank my parents, siblings, my grandparents, my fiance, and his entire family for all their support through this program. Our next graduate is April L Gurchens. Our next graduate is Kathleen Harvey. Kathy would like to say, when I started this program, I was a few months pregnant with my son. My daughter was just starting pre-K. My bonus boys were in elementary and middle school, Gavin, Owen, Lily, and Oscar. I love you so much. I am so thankful, my village. I never could have done this without you. I have been so blessed to be surrounded by such incredible people to help keep me strong. To my LPN girls and boy, I am so proud of us. I can't imagine doing this with anyone else. Good luck with all you do. I miss you already. Our next graduate is Mackenzie Corrinne Havens. Mackenzie would like to say, I would like to thank my parents for the support, everything else they've done for me for the past 10 months. I could not have done it without you two. Our next graduate is Diana Hitchcock. Our next graduate is Lily Mae Hollenbeck. Next, we have Mary Grace Iverson. Mary would like to say first, I would like to thank my teacher for getting our class of 2021, AKA COVID class year, through it all. Secondly, a huge thank you to my husband, Bill, my daughters, Victoria, Amanda, Alexandra, for helping me, believing in me, encouraging me, and loving me through it all, as well as my extended family members. Thirdly, I would like to thank my fellow classmates for the unconditional friendship and support. I wish you all the best of luck in your new adventure. My future plan is to attend Wilkes University, Wilkes-Barre, PA, to attend ABSN program to obtain my bachelor's in nursing. To my classmates, save your tears for the whales. I'm doing awesome. This is from a video, right? Like a video you guys had to watch? Yeah, okay. Because we were so limited with our clinical time this year, many of the students had to do modules on a program called Shadow Health, and the psychiatric clinical was taking care of a patient that said that. Because you never know what you're going to get in those modules or in those patients. Okay, our next graduate is Lynette R Johnson. Lynette would like to say, I would like to take this time to thank my dad and stepmom for the support they have given me through school, my fiance Jason for helping me with my kids and pushing me to fulfill my dreams and becoming a nurse. I love you all very much. Our next graduate is Teresa Ann Johnson. Sarah would like to say thank you to my husband for being supportive throughout nursing school. I'd also like to thank my mother for never going a single day without telling me how proud you are of me. And to Lind, I wish you were here, but I know you're watching from above. Thank you, and I love you all. Our next graduate is Teresa Ann Jones. Teresa would like to say thank you to my boyfriend Clay for tolerating me throughout the last 2 years, my family and coworkers for the support, my teachers and fellow classmates. We could not have succeeded without each other, and God, who is there through it all for me. Our next graduate is Jessica A. Little. Our next graduate couldn't be here with us this evening. Our next one is Lauren Lopez. Our next graduate is Cinnamon R Muntz. Cinnamon would like to say congratulations to all my fellow classmates. We made it, accompanied each other. You all will hold a special place in my heart. I will like to thank all my teachers and all the guidance they provided us in the last 2 years. I would also like to thank all my family and friends that have supported me while accomplishing this goal in my life. Grandma and Grandpa D, Grandma and Aunt Sis, I know you have guided me and will continue to do so. Love you all. Our next graduate is Kaylee L. Morris. Our next graduate is Anissa Andrea Nussan. Anissa would like to say, there's a quote that I love: wherever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you've come. Everything you face, the battles you won and the fears you have overcome. Resilience is the key. I would never have been able to get through these last 10 months without the love and support from my mother, my brother, my best friend Taylor, Nick, and Sheehan. My 3 wonderful teachers and supervisor, and all amazing nurses that stay here with me today, especially Lexi and Brittany. I could not have done this without all of you. Thank you for believing in me. We did it. Our next graduate is Armin Umbre. Our next graduate is Goldie Pamful. Goldie would like to say thank you for your patience and understanding. You have been my inspiration. To all of my teachers, thank you for your knowledge that you have given me. I am grateful for everything you have done for me. To my friends, you know who you are for being there for me. You have helped and supported me through it all. Thank you. To my loving family, especially my husband, thank you so much for supporting me through my journey. I will forever owe my achievements and to your dedication, caring, and supportive family. I would not be standing here today without your help. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Goldie. Our next graduate is Saravan Famaroth. Our next graduate is Samantha Lee Pifer. Samantha would like to say, I would like to thank my parents, both sets of in-laws, and my coworkers for being my strongest support system. I would also like to thank both my kids for being my biggest motivators. Our next graduate is Wendy L. Schreckengast. First of all, I would like to give thanks and praise to God who led me and gave me the strength to follow a new career path. I would like to thank all my BOCES instructors for preparing and teaching us well. Finally, I would like to thank my family, my husband Jeff for his love and support handling everything at home so that I could study and attend classes. My parents were a constant support and love and prayer. My children, Stephen, Heidi, Caitlin, plus some faithful friends have all been cheerleaders encouraging me every step of the way. I am blessed and excited to start this new journey as an LPN. I appreciate all that have helped me to get here today. Our next graduate is Brittany L Shields. I'd like to thank my Aunt Kim for letting me use all of her printer paper and ink. We all know how expensive that is. I'd also like to thank my grandma and mom with dealing with my attitudes, also for them telling me every day how proud they are of me. I wouldn't have made it past all these 10 months without you guys, and also my boyfriend Jeremy. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Our next graduate is Katie Silvestri. Katie would like to say thank you to her fiance, her mom, and dad for the love, support, and encouragement throughout the program. Our next graduate is Amanda Smith. Our next graduate is Gwendolyn K Sobajor. Gwen would like to say thank you to my loving husband for supporting and motivating me during the program. Thank you to my mom for always listening and advising me. Thank you to my aunt for supporting me. Thank you, Reb, for telling me to go for it when I was scared to. And to Cairo, Mommy did it. For you, we did it. Our next graduate is Sarah Marie Tramble. I would like to send a huge thank you to my support system from the bottom of my heart. My mom, Maria Hall, my sister, Addie Ward, my brother-in-law, and my brother. I love you guys. Our next graduate is Megan Wall. Our next graduate is Krista Marie Yost. Our next graduate and our last graduate is Melinda Suzanne Zern. Melinda wants to thank her family, friends, especially her kids, for understanding her MTA the past 2 years. A special thank you to her husband for always being her #1 supporter and Mr. Mom the whole time. Now for the end of our traditional ceremony, the code of ethics and the lighting of the candles. It's a tradition in nursing school graduations to recite the code of ethics while holding a lit candle. This symbolizes the oath graduates take to pass on the flame of hope, service, compassion, and peace. After the lighting of the candles, the graduating class of 2021 will now recite the code of ethics. So it'll take us a few minutes to get all these candles lit, and then everybody, the graduates, will stand. Everyone else will remain seated, and we'll dim the lights and recite the code of ethics. Never mind, we don't dim the lights in here. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Okay, now for the reading of the code of ethics. Okay. Loud. Hold them up when you're done. Okay. All right. We usually have a little cake and punch reception for graduates and family, but we haven't been able to do that because of the pandemic. So this year we're doing flowers, which will give the graduates that are over there to the right. So as of now, I would like to say congratulations to the Broome-Tioga BOCES School of Practical Nursing class of 2021. You have to blow out your candles and put your tassel on the other side now. Thank you, everyone.